felt like Mother Nature was chasing me, and I didn't know the full aspect of it or the full scope of it until I got home that day and realized that I escaped possible death that day.
Brad Atchison from Vancouver has a healthy respect for weather in British Columbia and has spent years getting out in the best and worst of it to take photos and videos. His goal is to show people what BC has to offer and educate his followers on the unique weather of the West Coast. But in the fall of 2021, Brad found himself in what he describes as a horrifying situation. An atmospheric river known as a Pineapple Express brought days of torrential rain to parts of BC and Washington state. He had intended on documenting the event.
What I didn't anticipate, even though I knew the conditions were super bad, and I had never seen the amount of flooding that we had experienced where it destroyed the Coquihalla, washed out every highway that you could leave Vancouver with. And I had never seen that before, nor could I anticipate it. So that was scary because basically it felt like Mother Nature was chasing me with landslides all day.
And he's not exaggerating. 5 lives were lost that day in the floods and landslides, and Atchison counts himself lucky.
That was one of the scariest moments I've ever had storm chasing, to the point where I'll never put myself in that situation again.
The summer of 2021 looms large in Brad's psyche. If the floods that fall were brutal, the summer was worse. Between June 25th and July 1st, temperatures across the Lower Mainland and much of the interior soared into the 30s and 40s. Records were shattered, and over 600 people lost their lives.
Our beaches are normally our reprieve when it gets hot in Vancouver, and in this case, they weren't. Nothing was, and it felt like a sauna over top of you, even standing in the ocean on the beaches, and that was something we're not used to at all either. So there was no escape.
And then came the wildfires.
It's kind of hard to imagine that this is actually happening where we live. And then it only got worse because that's when Lytton obviously had the fire, and then the smoke started filling the skies. The fire season exploded almost overnight.
Brad recalls the weather events of 2021 with emotion.
Mother Nature basically just tortured us. I don't even know what words to use.
But it's clear that the Vancouverite felt the pull to record what was happening and share it with others.
In terms of showing off the heat dome, because it's as horrible as it was, I still kind of wanted to document it. 1, for social media, but 2, for kind of myself to say, hey, you've actually lived through this event.
To follow Brad's Vancouver weather observations and adventures, you can find him on Twitter at Brad604.